Hi, it's Pastor Mark. Welcome back to our Holy Week devotions. I'm here with the fourth one. And right now I'm going to read to you from Matthew chapter 26 again, starting at verse 47, where it says, "While he was still speaking, Judas, one of the 12, arrived. With him was a large crowd armed with swords and clubs sent from the chief priests and the elders of the people. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. 'The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him.' Going at once to Jesus, Judas said, 'Greetings, Rabbi,' and kissed him. Jesus replied, 'Do what you came for, friend.' Then the men stepped forward, seized Jesus, and arrested him. In that hour, Jesus said to the crowd, 'Am I leading a rebellion that you have come out with swords and clubs to capture me? Every day I sat in the temple courts teaching, and you did not arrest me. But this has all taken place that the writings of the prophets might be fulfilled.' Then all the disciples deserted him and fled." Basketball great Magic Johnson once said, "When you face crisis, you know who your true friends are." And as a pastor, I kind of get what he's saying there. I kind of feel that. You see, when a crisis hits the church that you pastor, you see it. You see people leave. People you thought were your good friends might leave. And sometimes it doesn't even take a crisis. Sometimes people just desert a church or a congregation. And often you don't know why. All you know is that at one point they left the building for the last time and they haven't come back. And as a pastor, you take that personally, whether you should or shouldn't, you do. A number of years ago now, something terrible happened at our church and a number of people left. They were here one week and then they just weren't ever here after that. So there are whole pews that were once filled with people on Sunday mornings that to this day remain empty. And there was just this hurt feeling of being deserted, of being left behind, of being forgotten that I and so many others had to get over. See, when you face crisis, you know who your true friends are. And I don't know, perhaps that's how Jesus felt as he was experiencing the things recorded in this passage we're looking at right now. You see, he had known the plan. He knew how things were going to go down. He had predicted it. And the prophets hundreds of years earlier had predicted it by the power of his Holy Spirit. And he had begged his Father to change it, to not make him go through it, to take it away. But now it's all happening just as it was supposed to. His friend Judas betrays him, brings a contingent of soldiers to arrest him for no good reason. Judas betrays him by kissing him, a common greeting that denoted friendship and affection, and even Jesus calls him friend as it is happening. And as the soldiers take Jesus away, we are told that all of the disciples desert him. All of them. You see, they all flee so quickly that Mark records in his gospel that one even lost his cloak, he took off so fast. See, sometimes we make a bigger deal about Peter saying he would die with Jesus before denying him even once. But Matthew records earlier in chapter 26 that all the disciples had said the same. And how heartbreaking it must have been for Jesus to hear them all saying it, knowing it wasn't true of any of them. But it was probably even more heartbreaking still right now in this moment when Jesus experiences it all happening. I mean, being deserted by everyone. How completely empty that must make you feel. I don't know, maybe some of you out there have been through things and you've experienced that, being deserted by everyone, and you just feel empty and lost. And never forget that Jesus felt that. He felt that for you. Ponder that going forward. It's some of what he did for you. God bless.